Hello, this is Running Robert, and today we're going to be talking about the Palatin Technologies PTN offering summary for the 31st of January 2024, in which we're going to be looking at the bullish and the bearish parts of the offering that they did on the 30th. So I have followed Palatin for a while. I do a lot of small cap pharma. I do some games. I do a little bit of everything. So if you like what I'm doing, hey, please like and subscribe. It helps out a lot, and thank you. So disclaimer is I have sold stock now at $3, $4, and $5 and have transitioned at the moment to options at $5. I did buy the stock below 2, so I am free rolling with all my money at this point. So options just gave me the best chance to limit risk and make more money. So I'm an amateur investor, and any advice given should be followed up by your own due diligence, and any information given is valid for today, the 31st of January, and the slideshow will not be updated. But as always, as we get new news, new slideshows. So what happened? So Palatin raised about $10 million with an offering of 1.83 million shares at $5.46. The shares were issued to a healthcare dedicated institutional investor. I believe this is a true statement based on the way the stock moved. We did not go down a 40, 50%. We really stayed pretty close at 10%. And if you look at the share price at $5.46, that seems like a very solid price and a very unique price for the offering. The company also issued 1.83 million warrants at, of course, $5.46 that can be exercised between 6 months and 4 years after the closing date, which should be later this week. And so here's, of course, that has led to a lot of fun. So why is this happening now? And there's going to be a lot of speculations on both sides. We're going to try to clear up a little bit of that here, or at least add some more questions if you haven't thought about it. So first, there's no speculation here. This is not the 2022 offering. I've seen that on the message board. That was completed on the 2nd of November, 2022. You see that in their fourth quarter yearly summary of that. Like, this is a different offering. It's a new offering. Okay, so let's go on. So the company had more than enough money to get through the data. So cash raise now really does offer up a lot of questions. However, if the data was bad, I believe that we would have seen a much larger offering, which would have allowed the company to make it through all of 2024. So again, Palatin at the moment, if you've been following me, is a cash poor company. We don't have a lot of money. So if the data was bad and that was it, why wouldn't you raise a lot more money? And that's a very valid question. Like, well, why would you? However, let's turn this around. If the data was good, why is the company not waiting until that data is released and getting even a higher price? So you kind of see, like, it's just a very interesting situation. So, and I'm sure at some point we'll know why they did this. Like in all companies, you look back and you do your analysis and you're like, okay, that's why they did it then. We're going to see. The other option, of course, is, and I hate to say it with this company because I see it all the time, another delay. The database is not locked. They were very off with their timing, saying that the data would be in Q4 of last year, and the database didn't even get locked, or it still might not be locked. We're not sure. So the cash situation, we're going to go over this very quick because I've done this in a lot of slides. So I believe the company did have enough cash to get into the second quarter of 2024. That's based on in the third quarter, they had 5.5. On October 23rd of October, they did a small $5 million offering, and then they received $12 million from their deal. So that would have given them around $22 million with an $8 million cash burn. So now with $32 million, I believe they have cash until the fourth quarter of 2024. That's a very simple and easy statement to go by, and that's what you got. So summary. So based on the investors buying into the stock, I do not believe that they would have gone into it knowing the data was bad. So the price would not have made sense. The size of the offering would have not made sense. Like, it just does not make sense if the data was bad. I believe the company did take advantage of the situation with the share price. And I think they looked at it and they said, well, this is already up to 5. We are going to get more later, but we are not going to let this opportunity pass. And I think there's a reason for that. And so since they need to complete another trial after this, so data comes out and then they're going to run Melody 2, the offering after them could get them through 2024 and 2025, in which case we would have all the data for the dry eye disease. And so now I'm looking at it and it's maybe making a little bit more sense is that, hey, they will have another year study to go after this. They're going to need that money. So if that study starts this year, they need to go through this year and through most of next year. And then, of course, start the regulatory process. So a small little nick here, not so bad. I do still believe there's going to be a larger offering after data. Again, we're not expecting the trial and everything to be completed to 2025, so approval is at 2026. So I still believe that they will look to try to get there. And I'm going to continue to play the stock up and down and look for a solid position. Obviously, I believe the data is going to be good. So I have been playing in the stock with the options and everything like that, just so I can continue to make money. And then at some point, I will hammer in a much more solid long-term position. And I think that's where I'm going to go from there. So I hope this helped. I hope I didn't ramble too much. And I hope I gave you some great information so that you can make some good investment decisions. So thank you very much for watching and listening. And I hope you have a wonderful day.